All right, guys, it is time. Let's go ahead and get ourselves all warmed up. We have our total body extensions. We do have our knee huggers. We also have squats and our side lunges. So let's go ahead and get ourselves all warmed up in 3, 2, 1. For today's workout, it is a leg day today. What we do have is 4 groups of exercises. There's 3 exercises in each group. They're going to be 35 seconds of work with an 8-second transition. What you're going to be doing is you're going through each group twice. You're going to go through those 3 exercises 2 times through before we move on to the next group. You will get a 15-second transition in between each one of those groups. But once you finish those 2 rounds in that group, you'll be done with that group for the day. And then after we go through all 4 of those groups, we have ourselves a little finisher. But I'll explain the finisher once we get to that point. But let's go ahead and start ourselves up at the top. We have is our pop squats. So this one, you want to remember, we'll start up with your feet about hip to shoulder width apart on this one. Get deep into your squats. And then you're going to come up with those feet, toes up together, a nice and gentle up at the top of those ones. Remember, get nice and deep into those squats. If you need to take the impact out, go squat to toes instead. Also, if you do need to take the leg day part out, you can go into those Heismans. Next exercise you're going to do is that stationary side lunge. You're going to take a nice, deep step to the side. You can hold the weight right in front of your chest, just like Teresa's showing you right there. You're going to come out of that lunge, and then you're going to go to the other side of those lunges. You go side to side, alternate between each lunge. These will not be your shifting side lunges, so you will be getting out of those lunges as you go side to side with those. Otherwise, if you need to take the leg day part out, you can go into those push-ups. Then your next exercise is going to be your narrow squats. Your feet are going to be about 3 to 6 inches apart. Keep your chest forward. Hold that weight right in front of your chest. Get those hips down to knee level, just like Teresa's showing you right there. Also get those elbows down to knee levels if you can. Just make sure you're not dropping your chest. If you need to go a little bit wider, you can go to 6 to 9 inches apart if it does bother your knees. Otherwise, just do it regular squats also. Otherwise, you can also do crunches instead. Then your next group starts up with your sumo squats. So feet about wider than shoulder width apart, toes pointed out, holding weight goblet style with this one, or you hold your weight weighted back goblet style also. Keep your chest forward. Remember, toes pointed about 45 degrees. Get those hips down to knee level. You always want to get deep into your squats on these exercises. Otherwise, you can do shoe touches instead. And then your next exercise we have is either you can do step ups or power skips. So starting off with the step ups, you're going to drive, get that heel up onto the platform. Make sure you're driving through your heel and make sure you're keeping your foot on that platform because you're going to stick into that same side throughout that round. Next time you do this exercise, you'll be switching legs. Like I said, get all the way up there. If you want to increase the difficulty, Teresa's showing you the tapping of the toes part, where you'll tap your toe on the ground and tap your toe on the platform. Keep that tension in those legs. Like I said, next time you'll switch legs on this exercise. Otherwise, you can get off the platform and go into power skips instead. Same thing, you're going to stick to one side, have one leg extended out. You're going to use that same knee to come up and get that knee nice and high. You can either get that foot separated from the ground, or if you need to go to your tippy toes, you can do that as well. Then your next exercise is going to be your glute bridge march. So you're going to hold that glute bridge, get those hips nice and high, drive through those heels. Toes should be pointed up. You're extending one leg straight out, one at a time, and then you're bringing one heel back towards your glutes one at a time. Keep holding that glute bridge as you do those marches with those heels. Alternate between each starting leg so you get equal reps with both legs. If it does get a little difficult, you can go into 2 regular glute bridges instead. And then our next group is going to start off with our straight leg deadlifts. This one, you want to grab your heavy weights. If you do have your weighted back, you can use weighted back as well. Hinge and push back at the hip. Try not to focus on bending your knees. They will bend slightly as you get into those deadlifts. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Pretend to put those shoulder blades into your back pocket. Keep that back nice and flat. You do not want to compromise your lower back. And then your next exercise is going to be your speed squats. So this one, you're going to get deep into your squats, get those hips down to knee level, and then you're going to come up about 95, 96%. Remember, nice and quick pace with this one. If you're not getting that depth in those squats, just slow it down if you need to, because the main thing is to get the depth to build that lean muscle. Otherwise, you can do ghost jumps instead. And then our next exercise is going to be those leg kickbacks. So quadruped position, you're similar to your donkey kicks. You're extending your foot and heel backwards to straight back. And then if you want to lift it up a little bit, lift it after you bring that leg straight back, about 5 to 10 reps on one side, and then switch sides, do 5 to 10 reps on the other. And then otherwise, if you want to, you can also just focus on one side the whole time. Then your next exercise, your final group starts up with your bottoms up. So this one, you're starting up with your hips on your heels. You're going to squeeze your glutes to get yourself up into that kneeling position, and you're going to drive a one leg up out of that lunge, and then one at a time on that. Get right back to that starting position. Start off with the other leg next time and come all the way up. Like I said, as you come out of that lunge, drive through those heels on those legs. Always squeeze those glutes as you get those hips off those heels. If those ones become really difficult, you can go into two of those reverse lunges instead. You're going to alternate between each leg, bring that back knee all the way down to the mat. Keep that chest forward. Make sure you're not slamming your knee on the ground. Otherwise, you can do run in place instead. Your next exercise is going to be your slider hamstring curls. You're going to get those heels on those sliders, toes pointed up. You're going to keep those hips up on this one, and then what you're going to do is you drive those heels back onto your hips and then extend those both legs out at the same time. If you do have any hip issues, you can keep your hips on the mat, or you can also go one leg at a time. All you're going to do is keep one leg out, and then you're going to drive one leg in, and then you're going to extend it back out before you bring the other heel in. Otherwise, you can also go into your hydrants instead. Fire hydrants. Our final exercise is going to be those touchdown squats. So keep your chest forward. Remember, touching the ground with those hands. Extend your arms above your head like someone should score the field goal or a touchdown. You can get that hop at the top. If you need to take the impact out, you can. Also, you can also do jump-in jacks if you need to. Those are your exercises, everybody. Also, our finisher will be Sally. I'll explain Sally once we get to that point. But let's get ourselves ready for the exercises. I'll go ahead and switch up the music for you guys. Okay. All right, everybody, let's get ourselves ready. We're going to get this Thursday, a leg day started. This timer goes. Hold on. The timer is still kind of paused. I'm trying to get this going. All right, everybody, we're going to get this started in 2, 1. Let's go. All right, we're going to get into 2 of those pop squats, everyone. Remember, get those feet about shoulder, hip to shoulder width apart, popping up with those 2 feet together up at the top, and then get right back into those squats, everyone. Awesome job. Stick with it, you guys. Loving the depth in these squats. Stay strong. Remember, drive with those glutes. That's going to help you get out of those pop squats. If you need to take the impact out, you can go to your toes. Teresa's also showing you to doing those Heismans. You got a few more seconds. Next up would be those stationary lunges. All right, stationary lunges. Remember, you're going to take a big, deep step to the side, and then you get deep into that lunge when you get started. In 2, 1, let's go. There we go, you guys. Remember, you're going to come out of that lunge and then go to the other side of those lunges. You can hold the weight right in front of your chest, or you can go body weight. The main thing is you're getting deep into those lunges. Because the deeper you go, the more lean muscle you're going to build in those quads and in those glutes. We got about 10 more seconds with this. After this, we're going to go into those narrow squats, about 3 to 6 feet, about 3 to 6 inches apart. We have 3, 2, get one more lunge in, 1. All right, narrow squats, feet about 3 to 6 inches apart. Hold that weight in front of your chest. We're going to get this started in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Get those hips all the way down to knee level. Keep your chest forward. Do not drop your chest. Nice. There we go, you guys. If you need to get out of those narrow squats, you can go into crunches. Otherwise, you can go a little bit wider with those feet as well in those squats if you need to. You got about 10 more seconds. Next up is going to be your pop squats, going back to the top. Stick with it, everybody. We have 3, 2, 1. All right, back to the pop squats. We can also do Heismans if you need to take the leg day part out. We're starting in 2, 1. Let's go. Nice. Remember, you need to take the impact out of those pop squats. Do squat to toes. Make sure your feet about hip, the shoulder width apart in those squats. You don't want to go anywhere wider. Here we go, you guys. You got this. Loving the depth. Keep crushing it. Keep getting deep into your squats. If you need to, you can go into your Heismans. You have 10 more seconds. After this, we'll go into our stationary side lunges. We have 3, 2, 1. Nice. Awesome job, everybody at home. Remember, take a big, deep step to the side. When we get deep into that lunge, we're starting in 2, 1. Let's get it. If we get deep into that side lunge, and then you're going to come up all the way up, and then go to the other side. As you alternate between each side, make sure you're getting down to that 90-degree angle with those knees. You're driving with those heels. You're keeping your chest forward. Do not drop your chest. Push those hips back. That'll help you get that side lunge. In about 10 seconds, you need to, you can go into push-ups instead. Keep it up. Get a couple more lunges. We're down to 3, 2, 1. All right, next up, narrow squats, feet about 3 to 6 inches apart. Make sure you're ready. We're going to get this one started in 2, 1. Let's go. Keep those toes pointed forward. If you need to, if it does bother your knees or your hips with that 3 to 6 inches apart, go a little bit wider if you need to. But still get that depth. Still get those squats in. If you need to take those squats out, you can go into 2 of those crunches. Awesome job, everybody. About 10 more seconds after this. We'll be moving on into the next group. You will get 15 seconds to transition. Next up will be your sumo squats. We have 3, 2, and one more rep. 1. All right. Next up is going to be your sumo squats. If you need to take the leg day part out, you can do shoe touches instead. Remember, hold that weight goblet style, toes pointed out, feet wider than shoulder width apart. We're starting in 2, 1. Let's get it. Always focus on the depth. Squeeze your glutes. Drive through those heels. And make sure you're holding that weight goblet style to help you get a little extra range of motion in those squats. If you need to take the squats out, you can go into shoe touches instead. We got about 10 more seconds. Next up will be either your step ups or your power skips. You're focusing on that same side. You have 3, 2, 1. All right, step ups or your power skips. Remember, you're sticking to that same side for that full round. We're starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Remember, on those steps, you're keeping your foot on that platform. You're driving it through your heel. There we go. Keep that chest forward. Stay strong. Remember, if you're doing those power skips, you're driving that knee up. Try to get that hop up at the top. You got about less than 10 seconds. Next up is going to be that glute bridge march. Yeah, 3, 2, 1. All right. Remember, on the mat or on the floor, you're going to get into that glute bridge position. We're starting in 2, 1. Let's go. Remember, extending one leg out at a time. And then you're bringing one heel back into your glutes one at a time. And then alternate between the leg that you start off extending out with. If you need to get out of those marches, you can do regular glute bridges instead. Good up, everybody. We got about 10 more seconds. If you're doing regular glute bridges, you can also have your heels elevated on the platform. A few more seconds. We're down to 3, 2, 1. All right, we're gonna go back to those sumo squats, or you can do shoe touches. Hold that weight goblet style. When you get ready, we're starting in 2, 1. Let's go. Remember, feet wider, about shoulder width apart or wider, toes pointed out. Get those hips all the way down to knee level. Nice job, everyone. We're gonna dominate our leg day, the most important day of the week, everyone's favorite day of the week. Just keep that strength in. Keep getting every single rep. Utilize every second you have if you need to, or you can go into those shoe touches. Teresa's showing you those shoe touches. Aim for those toes, not those heels. Debbie, you're absolutely killing it with those glute bridges. You have 1. Next up is going to be your step ups. You're going to go to the other leg this time. Get yourself ready, get in position. We'll get started in 2, 1. Let's go. Never keep that heel on the platform, that foot on that box or the platform, whatever you're using at home. And then a drive through that. If you want to increase the difficulty, like we said before, you can do toe taps. You tap your toe on that platform and tap it on the ground. That'll keep that tension in those legs. You got about 10 seconds. We're going to finish up this group with those glute bridge marches or your regular glute bridges. We have 3, 2, 1. All right, glute bridges with the march or regular. We're going to get this started in a 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Extend one leg out at a time. Keep it up, you guys. About halfway there. Maybe you need to go regular glute bridges. You can do those. We got about 10 more seconds. Finish it up. Finish strong. You will get 15 seconds to transition to the next group. We have 3, 2, 1. All righty, guys. 15 seconds. You have plenty of time to grab those 2 heavy weights. Maybe squeeze your shoulder blades together, hinge, and push back at the hip. If you're at home, you can use your weighted bag. We're starting in 2, 1. Let's go. Remember, make sure you don't round your shoulders. You want to squeeze your shoulder blades. Do every part of these reps. Inhale on the way down. Exhale as you come out of those straight leg deadlifts. Squeeze your glutes up at the top. Awesome job, everybody at home. If you're doing this a little bit later, we can see you. Get those reps in. Build that lean muscle. That strengthen those legs. Next up is going to be your speed squats. We have a few more seconds. We're down to 2, 1. All right, next up is your speed squats. So everyone get deep into those squats. Don't lock those knees up at the top. We're starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. If you're not getting the depth in those speed squats, slow it down. Make sure you get that depth, because that's the most important part of these reps, is to get the full range of motion. If you need to take the squats out, you can go into ghost jumps instead. All right, more than halfway through this exercise, you guys are absolutely killing it. Burn up those legs. Embrace that burning sensation. You got about 10 more seconds. Next up is going to be those leg kickbacks in that quadruped position. We have 3, 2, 1. All righty, guys. Quadruped position. Remember, it's sort of like your donkey kicks. You're extending your leg straight out with your heels. We're starting in 2, 1. Let's go. Yeah, fully extend your leg out backwards, and then you can lift it after you extend your heel out. You do about 5 to 10 reps on one side, and then you can alternate. Otherwise, if you want to, you can also just stick to that same leg for this round and then switch legs next time. Just keep working hard, everybody. Squeeze your glutes as you get those reps. You always want to squeeze your glutes with every single one of these exercises. Less than 10 seconds. Next up, you're going to go back to those straight leg deadlifts. You have 2, 1. I'm going to grab those heavy weights. Make sure you're ready when you get this started in a 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Remember, hinge, push back at the hip. Make sure you do not round your shoulders. You want to keep your back nice and flat. You don't want that curve in their back. You do not want to put any compromise on that lower back. Keep it up, everybody. You guys are doing amazing with these deadlifts. We got about 10 more seconds. We're going to go back into those speed squats, or you can do those ghost jumps. If you need to, we got enough time for maybe 3, maybe 2 more reps. Just keep it up. Don't forget to focus on your breathing. We have 2, 1. All right, speed squats are next. If you need to do those ghost jumps, you can. We're going to get this started in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Perfect depth in these squats. Like I said, if you need to slow it down, you can. Otherwise, just keep going nice and quick pace with those speed squats. Make sure those hips get down all the way down to knee level. Make sure you're not dropping your chest. You need to go to ghost jumps. Remember, pretend like you're holding a rope, moving those hands, moving those feet at a nice, quick pace. You have 10 more seconds with this exercise. We're going to finish up this group with those leg kickbacks. We have 3, 2, 1. All right, quadruped position, everyone. Make sure you're ready. We're going to get this started in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. If you stuck to that one side last round, just go to the other leg. Otherwise, keep alternating, doing 5 to 10 on one leg and then 5 to 10 on the other, and keep going side, alternate between both legs. Just keep up that hard work. Remember, lead with your heels. Squeeze your glutes. And about 10 more seconds, everybody. After this, we'll be transitioning to our final group, starting up with those bottoms up or those reverse lunges. We have 3, 2, 1. I got 15 seconds. Remember, bottoms up. You're going to start off with those hips on those heels. You're squeezing your glutes, coming up with one leg at a time on those, and alternate between each side. You have 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. Otherwise, you need to go into reverse lunges. You can do those instead. Give it up, everyone. Nice. 6. Stay strong. Remember, get those hips all the way down to those heels, and you're going to come up. Squeeze your glutes to come up out of that position, and then go one leg at a time. Otherwise, you can go into those reverse lunges instead. You got about 10 more seconds. After this, we're going to go into those hamstring curls. We're going to grab our sliders. We have 3, 2, 1. All right, go ahead, grab your sliders. You have those hamstring curls, heels on those sliders, toes pointed up. We're going to get started in 2, 1. Let's go. Everybody at home, you don't have the sliders. You're going to go into your fire hydrants instead. You get those knees about 90 degrees, side out, just like you're doing that fire hydrant. You do about 5 to 10 on one side, then 5 to 10 on the other. On those hamstring curls, you're leading with both, extending both legs out, and then bring both heels back in at the same time. You got about 10 more seconds. After this, we're going to go into our touchdown squats. Otherwise, you can go to your jumping jacks if you need to get out of those squats. We have 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, on your feet. Then we get deep into those squats. You're touching the ground. Keep your chest forward. We're starting in 2, 1. Let's go. Perfect. Remember, don't drop your chest. Keep your chest forward. And then as you come out of those touchdowns, out of those squats, you're going to land right back into your squat. Otherwise, you can go into jumping jacks if you need to take the squats out. Good up, everyone. We got a little over 10 seconds. We go back to those bottoms up or reverse lunges one more time. You have less than 10 seconds, everyone. We have 3, 2, 1. All right, bottoms up or reverse lunges. If you need to run in place, you can do that as well. We're going to get this started in 3, 2. Stay strong, everyone. Remember, squeeze your glutes as you come, get those heels off, your hips off your heels. That'll help you get up into that kneeling position. And then you're going to go one leg at a time out of those bottoms up. Drive through those heels after you get that leg up. You got about 10 more seconds. Stick with it, you guys. If you need to run in place, you can. If you can go to those reverse lunges, also, we have 3, 2, 1. All right, sliders with the hamstring curls. If you're at home and don't have the sliders, we're going to those fire hydrants. We're starting in 2, 1. Let's go. Stay strong, everyone. You've got this. I'm more than halfway there, you guys. Get those final reps. Finish strong with these exercises. You have less than 10 seconds. We're going to finish up this group with those touchdown squats or those jumping jacks. You have 3, 2, 1. All right, you guys, back onto your feet. We get this one started in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Remember, keep the chest forward. Don't drop your chest. Give it up, everyone. Stick with it. Stay strong. Awesome job, everyone. Get deep into those squats. Remember, get those hips down to knee level when you're doing those touchdown squats. You got about 10 more seconds. Remember the jumping jacks, all the alternative for this exercise. We're almost there. We have 3, 2, 1. Awesome job, you guys. And like I said, we're going to get into our finisher after this. It is a Sally. So if you're unfamiliar with a Sally, it's a song by Moby called Flower. If you have it at home, you can set up that song. Otherwise, we'll tell you going up or going down on the part of the exercise. When they say bring Sally up, you're going to come up out of your squat. When they say bring Sally down, you're going to get deep into your squat. You're going to hold that squat until they say bring Sally up, but you don't come up until they say up. And then when they say down, get right back down into that squat. We do have 4 squat holds with this one. I'll let you guys know when we'll get into those holds. If you need to take the leg day part out of the squats, you can do leg lifts instead. You bring your legs up and then bring your legs down with that. So everybody, let's get ourselves ready. Shake those legs off if you need to. Take a couple slow, deep breaths. Drink some water. Make sure you're ready to dominate and finish strong, everyone. We'll get this finisher started in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Bring Sally down. Bring Sally up, down, up, down. There we go, you guys. We're trying not to move too quick. Up, down. There we go. Nice and strong. Up, down. There we go. There we go. Up, down. Up, down. There we go, you guys. You got this. Up, down. We're going to our first squat hold. Hold that squat. There we go. We got this. Up, down. There we go. There we go. We got this. Bring Sally up, down. Bring Sally up. Bring Sally down. Bring Sally up. Sally down. Never stay nice and low in those squats. Up. We got another squat hold coming up. Hold that squat. There we go. You got this. You got this. Keep the chest forward. Don't drop your chest. We're going to bring Sally up. Bring Sally down. There we go. You got this, everyone. Sally up. Bring Sally down. Bring Sally up. Sally down. We need to do the leg squats out. You can do leg lifts. Sally up. Down. Sally up. Down. We got another squat hold. Hold this squat. Miss Lucy's dead and gone. Keep it up, everybody. We got this. Bring Sally up. Bring Sally down. Hold that squat. There we go. Up. Down. Bring Sally up. Sally down. Sally up. Bring Sally down. We're so close to that finish line, you guys. We're almost there. Bring Sally up. Down. Sally up. Down. Sally up. Down. Remember, try not to move too quick. Up. Down. Almost there, almost there. Up. Down. Sally up. Bring Sally down. Bring Sally up. Bring Sally down. Bring Sally up. We're almost on to our final squat. Bring it down. Hold that squat, you guys. Hold it, hold it. You got this. Awesome job, everybody. All right, let's get into our stretches. I'm gonna start off with that extended lunge. It'll be your favorite lunges of the day. You're gonna have that front knee about 90 degrees, back knee about 90 degrees as well. You're gonna push forward with those hips, squeeze your glutes. Take a nice deep breath. Inhale through your nose. And then deepen that stretch as you exhale through your mouth. Also, you want to lean your upper body away from those back knees. And then once you're ready, you can go ahead and release that stretch and switch sides with those legs. It is officially July, so we're still working with Shriners Children's Hospital, but every 25 check-ins on Facebook and Instagram will provide surgical and medical care for children born with cleft palates, hashtag fit body for kids. Once ready, go ahead and release that extended lunge. You're gonna go into your hurdler stretch, just showing you right there. Seated position, one leg extended out, tucking one leg into your inner thigh, reach forward towards that extended toe. Feel that stretch up using that same side arm. You feel that stretch in your hamstrings. Using the opposite arm as well, you'll feel that stretch in your lower back. Tomorrow for everybody doing at home, the workout at home, it'll be upper body day. We have weighted bags, dumbbells. The elevated surface is going to be used for step ups, and then we'll also have resistance bands, so you can use a towel or a TRX as well. Once you're ready, go ahead and switch sides. July the 5th hours, we do have 3 sessions in the morning. We'll be rotating stations here at the gym. We have 7:30, 8:15, and 9 a.m. So you want to come in, make sure you get your spot in so you can come into the gym. They will fill up soon. And then word of the day, you guys, the Suns just made it to the NBA Finals. So let's just say rally the valley will be the phrase of the day. Awesome job, you guys. I want to give you guys air fives, air elbows, air knuckles. We guys have a great rest of your day.